Hi, welcome to Trafalgar Square. We're here for Amnesty's demonstration in support of the Arab Spring, and we're joined by Ghias from Syria. Ghias, how did the veto by Russia and China, how does it make you feel, and what options are left now for the international community to take action?
I think the veto was disgusting completely. It was inappropriate. The resolution itself was not strong, was very weak. But the veto symbolically was very bad. It was a green light for the regime to go ahead. If you are following the situation in Syria, after the veto, the Assad regime started bombing cities and villages from the air, from the ground. So the veto was very, very, very bad move by the Russians, and the Security Council again and again was incapable to do anything.
So is there any option that you'd like the international community to take to support the Syrian Free Army or the people stuck in Syria?
I think they should. Now the first step we should do is to suffocate the regime completely. Prevent any income comes to the country, sanction the regime, freezing the assets of the central bank, and do what all can we do to freeze the regime getting arms from outside.
And would you like to see the Syrian Free Army be provided with weapons to fight the government, or would you rather see a sort of more non-violent approach?
I'm pro non-violent approach. The Free Syrian Army, they are brave soldiers. They are very good. They have good intention, but you cannot fight a very capable regime with big 500,000 army soldiers with one gun. You cannot do that. It's a risk. We are risking people's life. We are risking the soldiers' lives, and it's more effective if we can bring the regime down by peaceful way.
Do you think that's likely, given his father's past and he's entrenched in a minority? Is he likely to give up? It doesn't look like he is at the moment.
I think now the Syrian situation has really moved from the internal prospect to the external prospect. Now the international players are playing big role within the Syrian revolution. Unfortunately, of course. So the regime would fall sooner or later. The regime morally finished, politically finished. All what is there is the military. So if we can control that, we will bring him down. So the regime is not functioning anyway. So if we can put more pressure on the regime, if we can contain the Russians and the Chinese, that would make the fall of the regime much easier.
And whereabouts are you from, and what your friends and families there telling you?
I'm from Tartus city, but half of my family live out of Hama city, and friends are telling me the situation is dire. Like, people are not living normally. Even people who are not joining the protests or the action, they are still suffering. The regime is sanctioning the whole area if you are participating in the revolution or not. So the regime is participating the whole. Sanctioning the whole area. People are suffering.
So what's happening? There's no food coming in or medical supplies?
No food,
that sort of thing?
many areas that don't have food. Terrible cut of electricity, power cut, no fuel, and it's a collective punishment the regime is doing now on people. And of course the anxiety and the insecurity. People are very scared. It's very, very dire situation.
And finally, what can people here in the UK do to help, or
Syrian people need support from people in the UK and the EU. First of all, we need to put more pressure on our government, on the British government, to act quickly, to do more sanctions, to be sure that the sanctions they already done are in place, are acting, and then to isolate the Syrian regime. It's very, very important. When the Syrian regime has no connection to the outside world, the regime would finish. Also, we need to have more pressure on the regime to allow the humanitarian organizations to enter Syria, especially to Homs and Idlib cities, and then offer medical assistance to people and humanitarian help.
Okay, thanks a lot for joining us, Ghias.
Thank you.
This is Glenn McMahon for Vision on TV here in Trafalgar Square.